Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Morning Drive with Chuck. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It's going to be beautiful and sunny and about 90 today. So if you're in the Knoxville, Tennessee area, it's going to be a gorgeous day. My topic today is I was just listening to the radio and they was talking about how Knoxville is listed as one of the 50 worst cities to live in the United States. And I feel that's really sad because I remember a few years ago there were some lists that Knoxville made for being one of the best cities to live in. Now I know that we have a fairly high tax. You go pay, you go anywhere to buy something, it's like 9 3/4%. I think. I don't keep up with it that close, but that's pretty high. We don't have state tax in Tennessee, but just our regular tax is ridiculous sometimes. But I guess part of what it is, it rolls into everything, like education. I mean, it was terrible, some of the things my kids had to go through to try to get a decent education in the city of Knoxville. I mean, if you had any kind of special needs and you need anything done about it, it was a battle. They did not want to work with you. They didn't want to help you. I had 2 children I had to work with like that, my stepson and one of my sons. And, I mean, it's just terrible. And I know the teachers don't make a lot. They have to put in extra time. They have to put their own money in on it. So I know that's rough. There's a lot of failing schools. The percentage of kids that pass their proficiency tests of not being good. And that's something our government in Knoxville needs to look at. And then if you just look at our city, I mean, it's kind of bad, especially the roads. I mean, I-40 through downtown and right past Asheville Highway going across the river, it's ridiculous. No, they just paved West Knoxville. Can't figure that out. They keep the roads nice out there where you get your ritzier folks. I guess that's one of the perks of having money. You get nicer roads, but that's just my opinion on that one. But the roads are pretty bad. You pass through Knoxville, I mean, it's rough on your car. Then the homeless population, I don't know if that's part of it or not, but almost every corner you stop at on a red light anywhere, there's going to be a person with their little folded up cardboard thing. Panhandling in our area is illegal, but they still get out there and they fold their little signs out, need help, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Occasionally you actually see a police officer stop and run one of them off since they're not supposed to be there. Sometimes they just drive right past them. And leading into that, that's another issue we have. I've got a couple friends that work for the police department here in Knoxville, and I know they're short-handed. They can't get enough people. A lot of the officers are having to work overtime a lot just to try to keep everything covered. That doesn't help with the crime. And I know here recently I'm on a Facebook page called Knoxville Crime, or Knoxville Cop Watch now. They changed the name, but sorry. If you just see what all goes on and you get on the City of Knoxville Police Department's website, they got a map of where crimes are reported and everything. It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm almost feeling like, I'm living like in Detroit or somewhere. I mean, all kinds of shooting. Every day you hear about a shooting happening. I don't know if that relates back to us not having enough police officers, but it's just sad that we have such a beautiful area. We're right here near the mountains. I mean, around Knoxville, there's a bunch of lakes and rivers, all kinds of things to do. They're putting, we got public parks. They're really working on the greenways, which, I know there's been some crime on the greenways here recently, so that sort of adds to the Knoxville not being a safe place and going against us too. But there's just so many great things that do go on around our city that could make it great again. And going back on the homeless people, I know there's some people that can't help it. They don't have any other choice. But, you drive through down Broadway going towards downtown. I'm 53 years old. I'm 6'1", 240-something pounds. And I carry a gun everywhere I go. But I roll up my windows and lock my doors. Some people down there, you can tell some of them are on drugs. You can tell a bunch of them are drunk. They rant and rave and have fights all the time. They fenced off one area down there. And I talked to some people clean that up. Human feces everywhere, drug paraphernalia everywhere. Yet they continue to let it go on. They just move to a slightly different location. So, if anybody comes to our wonderful little city and goes anywhere towards downtown, down Broadway, they get to see that too. So it's like, So I can understand why Knoxville made the list. I can understand there's things that need to be done. But that's where our local government needs to really work on certain things around our great little city and make it what it used to be. You know, as Trump says, to make America great, let's make Knoxville great again. I know there used to be more venues that came to Knoxville, like the Gold Wing Riders, the Wingding, I think it's called. They used to come, you see them around Knoxville all the time. Now, I don't know if they just don't have that anymore, or they moved someplace else for whatever reason. But there's a lot of things that you don't see around Knoxville that you used to. And part of it is where the government, our little local government's trying to make money. I know there's a heck of an entertainment tax. So we don't have as many people coming to like Thompson Bowling and Civic Coliseum anymore. So they don't want to pay the entertainment tax. It's too high. You know, there has to be some other ways to fund our local government to make our city great, to get people in here and get things done without taxing us to death and doing other things. But I'm sort of going off on some tangents here. But the big thing is, you know, we all need to talk to our local governments and figure out what we can do to help out, to make Knoxville better again. Get on the internet, you know, and look and see what was listed as, you know, what was wrong with Knoxville that made it one of the 50 worst cities in the United States to live in. So if we work together as a group and try to fix some of these things, I think we can. I'm going to do that myself. I haven't had a chance since I listened to that to actually look and see exactly what they listed on there as some of the reasoning. But I think if a bunch of us can get together and we can actually put our minds to it, we can make something happen about this and make Knoxville one of the 50 best cities to live in the United States again. But that's just my little rant for the day. I hope everybody has a wonderful day.